Need something?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seems...
My brother Bertrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely looked dwarven. Bertrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
I've seen it infect people like a disease and turn them to lyrium.
That's a good... To tell the truth, we don't really know what that shit can do to a person. And I don't want to find out.
What could the temple...
In Kirkwall, just having the lyrium idol made Knight Commander before it turned her into a lyrium. Maybe they thought the power was worth it, or maybe they didn't know the consequences.
So what is it? Just another kind...
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a... It's not just a different color. It has a whole... I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float. It also turned Kirkwall's Knight Commander to lyrium. Everyone's been kept at least 100 paces from...
How did the red lyrium get in the...
I don't know. So as far as I knew, the only piece to make it to the surface was destroyed. And the location of the thaig it came from is a secret. Did someone find more of it in the deep roads? That's not a cheery thought.
I think...
What?
Hello.
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
I'd like to know more about...
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade. But according to my studies in ancient elven lore, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
Sounds like it would be wonderful.
And dangerous. But yes, a world where imagination defines reality. Where spirits... Instead, spirits are strange and fearful. And I am glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty of such a world, along with the obvious peril.
I'd like to know more...
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil. But your anchor, as Corypheus calls it, allows you some control over the breach. That suggests it...
I'd like to know more...
Your circle says that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos into... But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations. Spirits wish to join the living. And a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them?
Not in the world we know today. The veil creates a barrier that makes true. But the question is a good one. And it matters that you thought to ask.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Brilliant, isn't it? One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad, then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush off... Sorry about that. Archdemons like to crush, you know. I suppose a proper introduction is called for, now that we're not... Dorian of House Parvus. I was at Redcliffe when the Venatori assumed command of your southern mages. I only wish I could have given more warning.
Then you're a magic...
I know it's all the same to Southerners, but no, I'm not. All members of the Magisterium, and thus all not to imply I'm just any mage, of course, but let's not start with incorrect assumptions.
You mentioned these
The Venatori are fools. So desperate to restore the Imperium's glory days, they made an offer to your mage rebels to join forces. But I bet they didn't leave. The result is the army you saw at Haven. This Elder One has more magic than you can shake a stick at.
Why try to warn us at...
Only technically. I always assumed the Elder One behind the Venatori was a... In Tevinter, they say the Chantry's tales of Magisters starting the Blight are just that. But here we are. One of those very Magisters, a Dark Spawn. You know how it is. They say Dark Spawn were always there. Magisters... Is that a surprise? No one wants... But if Corypheus is one of the Magisters who entered the Black City and he's Dark Spawn, what other explanation is there?
We only know what...
True. He might be a convinced... But how many delusional maniacs are going to have that knowledge? I knew what I was taught couldn't be the whole truth, but I assumed there had to be... But no. It was us all along. We destroyed the world.
Last I checked, the Blights hadn't
Not for lack of trying. If they were more clever, they'd have unleashed something that would really... I have no intention of letting Corypheus win. Not without someone. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay and help the Inquisition.
You'd really fight?
Southerners like to think of the Imperium as nothing but slavers and cultists. Why not? But it's not true. Some Tevinters are not only handsome and well-dressed, but rather put off by all that rot. So, I'll happily kill cultists or anyone who thinks a Darkspawn god is the way of the future.
What if this is a ruse? The Venatori could have captured you.
Rather elaborate, considering they'd need to have assumed you'd escape hate. But I am the ideal spy. Charming, clever, perfect teeth and hair. How about this? Let me help, and you can hang me later, if you wish. I look good in rope.
We can use all that.
No one will thank me, whatever happens. No one will thank you, either. You know that, yes?
That's not why I'm doing...
I knew there was something clever about you. Men like him ruined my home. Oh, and congratulations on that whole leading the...
Greetings to you, Inquisitor. I am to serve as a... You'll find my skills are exceptional. I hope they prove useful.
You're taking over the...
Yes. She said she was needed elsewhere and that...
What is she doing?
I wasn't told.
How can you...
I am to aid in the research of all creatures encountered in your effort.
What makes you...
I remember being fond of animals. I don't remember why.
You were made...
Yes, I am tranquil. It was necessary due to a willful nature that made... I remember that being a difficult time, but I cannot remember why. My skills are well used in my current position.
What is your evaluation?
Not optimal, given the facilities. Skyhold should be improved. Or...
As you were.
Yes.
Oh, Inquisitor, greetings. I was recently appointed by... I'm so pleased to be here. Help... Well, I should get... One day I'm going to read all...
I'm sorry.
So am I.
Inquisitor, I was not expecting a visit. You had But as dear Josephine says, it's never too late to make a friend.
I hope I'm not...
The commander was just delivering. You must blame me for this.
We all saw who attacked us. We know exactly who to blame.
I keep wondering, when the first of my lookouts went missing, if they'd stayed in the field, they could have bought it. I was afraid to lose my agents. And instead, we lost Haven.
More likely they would have stayed...
You don't know that. My people, they understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives.
Our people aren't tools to be used and discarded.
Can we afford such sentimentality?
We are better than...
Sister Leliana will want access to the boats. Get the cages up here.
Inquisitor, is it true? Is the mark on your hand
Griffius claimed it's a...
I wanted to think it was a blessing. How credulous of me.
Perhaps the Maker set these events in motion so long ago.
It would be fitting if... Does it hurt? The anchor, that is.
It looks strange, but it has...
If it did come from Corypheus... A situation requires your attention, and noble Chantry loyalists in the city of Jadar are spreading accusation. They're unusually organized. I recommend we send people to Jadar to deal with the matter.
Will anyone even believe me?
Perhaps if they learn about your heroics. We should emphasize how you... Even in Jadar, it may win you a few admirers.
What does the nobility gain?
A scapegoat to begin with. But I wonder... Those immediately eligible to be divine died at the Conclave. The ones remaining were... They may look upon you as a rival for influence.
Why don't we counter these falsehoods by...
A whisper campaign. It would show those in the...
We cannot neglect our soldiers' training.
Can we neglect roads? Our allies cannot take the same route through the mountains we did.
To work? Any word?
Nothing yet. Inquisitor.